This is a demonstration of the FileMaker migration tool and the FileMaker database that we made to help facilitate its use. So if you look here, we have two databases, a production and a development. Copy. And this is the migration tool wrapper. And what we can do is make a new record for the migration, give it a name. And then we have to put in our credentials for the admin console. And then we have to tell it where the files that we're migrating are. So if we go into our databases directory and copy as path, and copy. And if you're wondering, you can't just right click and grab the path. You have to hold down Shift and then click, and there it is. Don't ask me why that's the case. So now we have dev, production, and we're going to do a pre-check here. And this is showing that we do not have admin rights because we did not run FileMaker as administrator. So we're going to close this out. Go FileMaker, right click and do run as administrator. That way he has access to the databases directory. We'll open this back up. And I'm going to reset migration, which will delete all the logs, but it will keep our credentials and paths, and run Precheck again. We should be all green. We are. So now we are ready to run the migration because we have found the file, we can connect to the server, and we're all good to go. So I'm going to pull, actually, what we want to do is open up dev and make a change. So let's first look at production. With production, we have these 43 records, and this is what it looks like. Now we're going to open up dev. We have 0 records. We can make a few records. Go in, make a change. Make that there we go. So now we've made a change in dev. So now we're going to migrate it. So we're going to hit the 3 buttons that we need to run a migration, actually 4. So we're going to pull dev, then we're going to pull production, then we're going to run the migration, and then we're going to replace production. So pulling dev, it creates a clone, gets the clone, and pulls the clone and a copy of dev, and it leaves it running. So if we go here, we can see it's still running right here. If we go to production, we're going to now pull production. It closes the production file and pulls it. And you can see here that it's now closed. So no one can connect to it and make any data changes while we're migrating. And then we run the migration. And you can see the migration log right here. Everything it did, all the tables. And it ended with it pulled the migration file. So here it is right here. And now we can replace production. Yes. It's opening production for us. If we go back, both are running. We open production. There's our change from development. And we have our 43 records. We go into dev. We have the same thing, but we still have those 3 records. What I like to do after a migration is have dev and production be the same file so that we can have a refresh data set to dev with. So the other option you have here is development. So this is going to replace dev, closing dev. Then it's copied it, now it's opening dev. And now if we go here, refresh. There we go. It's running. Go here, open, dev. Now I have 43 records in dev. And 43 records in prod. And now we have migrated. That is a migrated file. Once we're done, we can click Save Archive, which is going to take this file and compress it for you, and is now a copy of this with the embedded dev and dev clone and production migrated file. So you can now go archive this if you need to recover any of these files post-migration. And that is the FileMaker migration tool wrapped in our little helper file. I hope you enjoy it.